Breaking news, Trump naming another Fox News personality to his administration. Jeanette Neshawat is his pick for Surgeon General. It comes as Trump's choice for HHS Secretary, RFK Jr., is leading the war on fluoride drinking water. So what's the truth about this? What does the science say? Nick Watt is out front.
In several western towns, children rarely got tooth decay. Why? Their drinking water contained fluoride.
Ever since we started putting a trace of fluoride in the water, there have been those who say we really shouldn't.
They were criticized, they were ridiculed, they were called conspiracy theorists, they were called tinfoil hatters.
In 1964's Dr. Strangelove, this was the sign. Ripper had gone bananas.
Do you realize that fluoridation is the most monstrously conceived and dangerous communist plot we have ever had to face?
But fluoride skepticism is now mainstream, according to a New York Times headline and a Washington Post columnist who now thinks it's not an entirely crazy idea. Because this recent government report finds with moderate confidence that higher estimated fluoride exposures, more than double the dose in our water, are consistently associated with lower IQ in children. More studies are needed. And because a federal judge recently ruled there is an unreasonable risk of such injury, a risk sufficient to require the EPA to engage with a regulatory response. And because RFK Jr. was just tapped to lead the Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm going to let him go wild on health.
And on fluoride?
It causes lost IQ, it causes neurodevelopmental injuries.
Worth noting, RFK Jr. has also said this.
There's no vaccine that is, safe and effective.
Not true. And this.
COVID-19 is targeted to attack Caucasians and black people.
Also not true. The CDC still touts fluoridation as one of the 10 greatest public health achievements of the 20th century.
At least 25% fewer cavities. And as a clinician, I will tell you that it is more like 50%.
If you look into it, you'll realize very quickly that the science is not on the CDC side.
Do you have contact with any people who have been sort of definitively harmed by this, by fluoride as a child and have suffered neurological impairment?
It's hard to tell if that, that person with a neurological disorder was exclusively caused by fluoride.
They'll take the science and cherry pick tidbits out of it, take and mix in their opinions, throw it in a blender, and then pour it out over an unsuspecting public.
We don't know that it causes harm, but we don't know that it definitely doesn't.
You don't know that it doesn't cause gray hair.
After nearly 80 years of this kind of debate, now might be a turning point. Inauguration Day, says RFK, the Trump White House will advise all U.S. water systems to remove fluoride from public water.
I'm going to give them good information about the science, and I think that fluoride will disappear.
So RFK Jr. and his side of this debate, they're fine with fluoride in toothpaste because that's topical and it's not dosing everybody. They just don't want it in the water. And, it's a couple of months before RFK even starts his new job, but he is already having an influence. In the past couple of weeks, more than a dozen municipalities have voted to stop fluoridating their water. Winter Haven, Florida, at their city council meeting, RFK's name came up numerous times in this debate, and they voted no more fluoride in the water.
All right, Nick, thank you very much.